Hi guys, Sandy Walker with Key Realty, and I'm here at the Mad Pecker with Jason Gonzales.
Hello everybody. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
So how did you come up with the Mad Pecker name?
So the Mad Pecker name actually came from, I used to do a lot of home brewing, and I didn't want it to just be called Jason's Home Brew, right? So I eventually decided like, I want to put a cool name to this. I used to do a lot of trail running, and at that time, I had come across a woodpecker. Okay, and when I came across that woodpecker, I was like, oh, this is, kind of weird. As I keep running, it keeps flying off to a different tree. Came up with the name Mad Pecker after that because I thought, well, I really got this woodpecker upset. And that just kind of just started the whole Mad Pecker, I guess, theme and the project, which would ultimately become Mad Pecker Brewing Co.
How did you guys come up with this business?
Yeah, so it was, I credit my wife for a lot of it. She had to hear 2 to 3 years of me just talking about, I really want to open a business. I worked in IT for about 15 years. And so it gave me, I had a lot of free time because a lot of my work was sometimes from home, and it gave me the flexibility to do a lot of like experimental beer brewing and really hone in on my craft. And I felt like I'm really doing good at this. Everybody that would sample my beers would be like, hey Jason, your beer's really good, you should open a brewery. I'm pretty sure every home brewer gets told that at some point or another. But I kind of ran with it from there and decided, hey, this is something that I would like to do. And my wife was eventually the one, the steering force that said, hey, you need to just do it, and let's let it make it happen. And so we came across this place here in Timber Plaza in the Great Northwest, and it's been history since then.
So why did you guys pick this location?
It kind of picked us.
Okay.
Yeah, we live in the community, so we literally live about 1.5 miles from here. So being able to, when we found that this was for lease, we had no kitchen experience. We didn't realize we were going to have a kitchen attached to this as well. So 3 years of business planning with no kitchen in mind had to be changed on just like that. So I liked the location. I liked that it was part of the community. I know the community, and I think for me it was like, wow, if I'm going to open my own business, being a part of the community that I live in was just like I couldn't look past it. Being downtown or something like that would have been great, but it would have just been another stop, and I don't know that we would have been as successful as we've been with the amount of people that we've gotten to know, and again just understanding what the community was missing.
So do you feel as though this is like a small, tight-knit community right here? Or?
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's growing, obviously.
It's definitely growing, but you don't get the sense of when you come into Mad Pecker, or really when you're in this area, that the area has changed, right? Like once you get out to 1604, you're in a whole different world. But when you're in here in the Great Northwest, you really feel like the area has not really changed, right? I mean, yeah, there's a lot more rooftops and the street lights look nicer, and there's a little more traffic, obviously. But you don't get the sense of like it's this sprawling area where you just can't really come in and you're constantly fighting traffic, or you're fighting, against time. It's really a nice area to be a part of, and our business being able to be here is I think has just been really beneficial for the people in the community, because they don't have to go outside too far to go and get a bite to eat, stop in for a drink, watch the game, and just have a good time.
So do you guys do brewing on-site, or do you guys have it off-site? Yes,
we do brew on-site. We're one of the smallest breweries in the city right now. But we do brew all of our beer here on-site. So to kind of compensate for the lack of beer production that we're doing right now, we do have a lot of guest taps. So you'll come in and you'll maybe see 3 to 4 of our beers on tap, but you'll also see a lot of the local breweries as well. A lot of the national brands that people are used to, but definitely no domestics like Bud Miller, Coors. Everything here is craft, but we have something for everybody. We have ciders, wines, and seltzers, which seems to be a really popular drink right now. So There's always something for everybody here.
And you guys also serve food.
We serve an outstanding menu that really caters to everybody as well. So I mean, whether you're in the mood for just a quick bite for some appetizers, our fried mushrooms, our fried pickles are fantastic. Our pizzas are all done from scratch. We make our dough from scratch. Some really great burgers, but really everybody gets, I guess, the most excited for our wings. And we do some really spicy wing sauces.
Yes,
up on the board, we've got a mango smoked ghost pepper wing that's been really accepted by everybody. Even though it's kind of spicy, people tend to be like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. We do a cherry reaper wing with Carolina Reaper peppers, and stuff. A lot of the stuff is seasonal at times, but our wing sauces are really good.
Yeah, I had was it the habanero pineapple?
Yes. Yep.
That was very good, but it was really spicy.
If you look on there, you'll see some orange on there, and that's some habanero flesh on there. So, oh yeah.
It was really good.
Yep, very nice. And you had some cold beer to wash it down.
Exactly.
So that's what.
So what would you say is the fan favorite here? Food and brew.
Okay, from the food standpoint, I would definitely have to go with our messy pecker fries. Surprisingly, so the messy pecker fries are we have our fries. We top them with mac and cheese, bacon bits, and green onions, and then basically from there it's just a diggable plate, right? It's a shareable. Something people can come in. It's a hearty enough size to where you can share it with 2 people, or if you're in the mood and you want to go home full. Which nobody leaves here hungry, that's for sure, right? Everybody gets a good meal here, but the messy pecker fries are definitely a favorite. And for our beers, I would have to say our Rich Creek Blonde, because it is light. Everybody can really accept that style of beer. We have a lot of different styles that go into from hazy IPAs to stouts, porters. We don't stop at any style, but our Rich Creek Blonde is always the one that goes the quickest.
And you touched a little bit about having events here. Do y'all have big events, or do you guys have?
Right now we used to do pint nights on Thursdays. We haven't had a chance to do too many of those. We're doing those once a month right now. We used to do them weekly. The hard part of that is just a lot of coming out of this COVID and pandemic. Yeah. A lot of suppliers aren't really able to supply breweries with glassware and things of that nature. So kind of slowly getting back into that. But we do a Wednesday night trivia. Of course, we've got a projector, so we do all the NFL games. Of course, when the Spurs are on, we've always got the Spurs on with the sound. So that's, there's always something to do. And now that the weather's starting to improve, we'll be doing like we call them block parties, and we'll kind of block off some of the spots in the parking lot, put some tables out there, and just kind of give everybody a chance to get out for a while and be outside and enjoy the experience out in the patio.
And you guys do have dining area outside.
Yes,
so that's nice.
Yeah, dog friendly. We got plenty of seats. We haven't really put too many of the tables outside right now, just because it's just been so hot.
Yeah.
But again, now with the weather changing, we'll start to really open up the patio for more seating.
Awesome. And so what is your goals for the next year? Are you guys going to open a second location, or are y'all going to stay here with one?
So we actually were. We were very actively pursuing a second location this year. It just became, it was one of those things where do we want to see where we're at from, recovering? Let's fully recover out of COVID and see what, how we can kind of get business back to where it used to be pre-COVID, before we start really putting in some money on some big real estate and trying to get a second location. So we did buy a bigger brewing system, which is going to help us keep more of our Mad Pecker beers on tap. And so we're really that's probably 2022, that's what we're most excited for, is we opened Mad Pecker Brewing Company to focus on brewing, and it's now 6.5 years into this business. It's really the last thing that we invested in was the brew house. So really excited to be able to get more of our beers on tap and really just showcase what the vision that I had for Mad Pecker was, for people to come in and really experience quality food, good tasting food, and then just an amazing lineup of beers that I know every beer that we will have on tap is going to be enjoyed by everybody. So looking forward to that.
Awesome. And if people want to see what kind of events are coming up or how to get a hold of you, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
The best way is we call it the big two, so we're always with either Facebook or Instagram. So we're pretty active there. You'll see a lot of our posts for like food specials that we've got coming out, beers that we're putting on tap, events, and it's at Mad Pecker Brew. But we also have a newsletter which you can subscribe through our website, which is at madpeckerbrewing.com. And you can always just give the pub a call, 210-562-3059. Just ask what kind of specials we got going on for the day.
And you guys offer to go and everything?
We do have a to-go menu. You can order food online. We don't have any delivery, but any of our plates can be purchased for pickup.
All right. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Have a great day, guys.